Hello everyone. My name is Vishnu Bodeboina. I'm making this presentation as part of my midterm evaluation for Info 5810. So as part of this presentation, I'm going to discuss about university ranking systems analysis. So basically, I analyze the two ranking systems. One is the Times Higher Education World University Rankings and the Center for World University Ranking Systems data. And I compared both ranking systems and determined the impact of the metrics or attributes on overall rankings of the university. So this is the agenda for this discussion. So introduction, data set, and data cleaning, data analysis, and then I'll conclude this presentation. So as part of the introduction, I'll give you the background of the data and the project. After that, I'll explain the source of the data set and the metadata related to this data set and which organization this data set is applies to. After that, I'll explain about data cleaning approach, about what is data cleaning and what I did as part of this data cleaning process, right? And then the core part of this presentation is data analysis. So there I'll explain about my goals and the visual representations, visual aids that I use to summarize the data. Of that, the conclusion. So this analysis is, as I mentioned earlier, this analysis is as part of my assignment for data analysis and knowledge discovery course. And in this analysis, I'm going to analyze the ranking systems that provide university rankings basically. So those are Center for World University Rankings and the Times Higher Education World University Rankings. So these two ranking systems are widely popular, So these two ranking systems considered many factors while ranking each university. So I'll explain all the factors and I'm going to analyze some of those factors and how much these factors influence the overall rank of each university, right? So the Times ranking system considered almost 8 metrics and CWUR ranking systems considered 8 metrics to rank each university. So the data set, here is the metadata for CWUR ranking systems. Basically, I got this data from Kaggle website. So if anybody wants to, do some analysis or practice some analysis, this is the website where they should go. So this Kaggle website has a lot of data sets and different varieties of data sets. So this is the metadata for CWUR ranking systems. So it has, this data set has almost 2,200 rows and the attributes are columns, 14 columns are attributes. So if we closely look at the data, the metadata for the CWUR, so it has a world rank, basically the rank of the university and the institution's name and the country and its national rank, right? This will help if anybody wants to know the national rank for the specific university. And the quality of education, alumni employment, quality of faculty, publications, influence, the citations, and the broad impact, patents and the score. This is the overall score. Based on this score, this ranking system provided the rank for that university in the year. So this data set has the data for 2012 to 2015, so almost for 4 years. So let us see about metadata for Times ranking system. So the Times ranking system is having around 2,600 rows and 14 columns, right? This is the data dictionary for this. So it has a world rank, obviously, university name and country. These two are same. The three attributes are same from CWUR and Times ranking systems. And the teaching, international research, citations again. So the citation is only metric that we have common in both ranking systems. The income, total score, number of students, student staffs ratio, international students, female and male ratio, and the year again. So here we have a data between 2011 to 2016, but in CWR ranking system, we have data from 2012 to 2015, right? Again, so here, right, the times ranking system provided score for each of these attribute, whereas in CWR ranking system, they provide a rank. They provided rank for each attribute here. So the data cleaning. So data cleaning is all about removing anomalies and make data set suitable for our analysis basically. So we also call it as a pre-processing, data pre-processing. So anomalies may include, incomplete fields or data with unreadable characters, null values, or empty values. You know, we can consider all of those as anomalies. Even in some situations, there would be some data, right, which might be beyond the normal values. Even those we can remove. And we may also want to remove some of additional fields. So in some data, we may have, hundreds of attributes, but for our goal, for our analysis, we may not need all those attributes. So in that situation, right, we can remove all those additional attributes and focus on our actual analysis by keeping required attributes. So in CWR data, I find out a couple of unreadable characters, something like that. Even I don't know how to, read them. So these characters, I removed all these characters, right? And I removed the field called broad impact because that that field doesn't have complete data. Most of the values are empty. So I feel that doesn't impact my analysis. So I removed that field. Coming to times data, so I find out the one unreadable character here. So I removed it and I replaced all empty values with zero for the most of the fields, such as international, research, citation, income, total score, number of students, student staff ratio, international students. So for these fields, right, there are some empty fields. So I fill all those empty values with a zero. And so there is some format issue with the female and male ratio. So the format there was a date format. So I converted that format into ratio format by using, you know, Excel paste special option. And then the core part of my presentation, the analysis. So I perform this analysis to compare both ranking systems and verify the impact of some metrics and overall ranking of a university, right? So to achieve that, end goal, I break down the goal into number of sub goals. So these are my sub goals. So to compare time and CWR ranking systems, so I created some sub goals. So compare rank of university in both ranking systems, identify the country that has the best education standards in both ranking systems, and check the change in the ranks of an institution in both ranking systems, right? And compare both ranking systems based on top 10 ranked universities for different years. Excuse me. Compare both ranking systems based on top 10 countries for total number of universities, right? Compare both ranking systems based on citation metric. Then I calculated the average number of universities for the best country in both ranking systems. So here the best country means the country which has a more number of entries in each ranking system, right? So identify top 10 countries based on international student. So, and so to verify the impact of specific metric and overall rank of the university, so I created these sub goals. So identify min and max values for the teaching score to understand the difference between the top value and the lowest value, right? So this is for a times ranking system. Basically, we don't have the teaching score attribute in CWR ranking system, and analyze the impact of international students attribute on overall rank of the times ranking system. Let's say, how the both are related basically. That is what I want to, identify here. So alumni employment and impact of alumni employment and overall rank of CWR ranking system in citation metric for top 10, top 100 universities. So the below four goals, right? I analyzed these four goals for top 100 universities. So international students and number of students and citation metric, right? So the first goal is compare rank of university in both ranking systems. So if you look at this table, right? So I identify the Stanford University rank in both ranking systems for different years. So if you look at the year 2015, right? So Times rank, it gave number fourth rank for Stanford University. And in CWR ranking systems, it has number second, right? Rank second. And for 2014, the year 2014, so Times have a fourth rank and CWR has second rank. So we can say that both ranking systems are providing ranks almost, uh, uh, giving the ranks almost same. So and then identify the country that has the best education standards in both ranking systems. So for this, I identify the number of universities from each country. So it comes out that United States of America has almost 659 entries in Times ranking system and 573 universities in CWR ranking systems. So with these stats, right, we can say that USA is having best standards for education system. So and then check the change in the ranks of institution in both ranking system. So to uh, to achieve this goal, right? So I identify the rank of Columbia University in 2012 and 2014 in both ranking systems. So if you look here, the Times ranking system, the university, Columbia University's rank was decreased by one rank, and in CWR ranking system is increased by 3 ranks, right? So negative values means basically a decrease in the rank. Positive values means increase in the ranks. So the next goal is comparing both ranking systems for top 10 countries based on number of universities. So here, if you look at these two graphs, right, bar charts, so United States of America consistently having more number of universities throughout the span 2011 to 2016. So even in a CWR ranking system, we can see that USA is having more number of universities, right? So even in the top 10 countries, uh, so most of the countries are same in the top 10 countries in both ranking systems, except the Australia here. So we have Australia in the top 10 countries list in uh, Times ranking system, but we don't have that in CWR ranking system. And here we have Spain, right, in CWR ranking system, but we don't have that in Times ranking system. So except a few changes, right, but most of the universities, most of the top 10 universities in both ranking systems are same. So here now I'm comparing both ranking systems for top 10 ranked universities, right? So here, this is the bar chart for CWR ranking system. So in this system, Harvard University consistently ranking best university in the world. So it is receiving almost rank 1 in every year, right? So the next best one is Stanford University. Right? Lowest values are the better values here. So if we look at the Harvard University, sorry, I went to another slide accidentally. So if you look at the Harvard University, the ranks are fluctuating from 1 to 6. So we can say that the CWR Times ranking system is also ranking Harvard University is the best university in the world, but the values are changing 1 to 6. but we can say it is a minor change. So, and then I'm comparing the both ranking systems based on citation metric, right? As I mentioned, citation metric is the only one attribute that we have in both ranking systems. So in top 10 universities, right? So the best, so the universities that got best citation score is also having best overall rank. So we can look at the Harvard University citation score. So the citation score for Harvard University is mostly in between 99 to, yeah, almost near to 100, right? And the overall rank is between 1 to 4. And if we look at the Stanford University here, the citation score is, it is also between mostly in between 99 to 100. And the rank, overall rank is somewhere around 3 to 5. So here the y-axis is the university name and the ranks, and the x-axis is the citation score. So because of the space constraint here, we are unable to see total ranks here. Okay, ranks for all the years basically. So if you look at the top 10 universities citation ranks versus actual ranks for CWUR ranking system. So again, as I mentioned earlier, the lowest value is the best value here because the CWUR ranking system is providing ranks for every attribute. So the citation rank for the Harvard University is 1, mostly 1, and the actual overall rank is 1. So with this analysis, we can say that the citation metric and overall rank of a university is positively correlated. I mean, the best value in the citation rank is giving the better overall rank for the university. So, and then I calculated the average total number of universities for the best country in both ranking systems. So as we saw earlier, USA is having more number of universities in both ranking systems. So this is the average of total number of universities from the both ranking systems for USA. So after that, I identify the min and max values for a teaching score. So to understand the difference between the top value and the lowest values. So this attribute we have in the Times ranking system, but not in a CWUR ranking system. So if we look at the value here, the lowest value is 9.9, which means even a university with 9.9 teaching score value can get a rank in Times ranking system. And the highest value is 99.7. Yep. So, and then I identified top 10 countries based on international students, right? So with this analysis, I mean, with this goal, right, we can say say that these are the top 10 countries that are attracting international students. So if you look at this table, United States of America consistently attracting more number of students, right? So in 2015, 14.4% of their students, right, are international students. So next best country is United Kingdom. So it is attracting 20.8% of total number of students, uh, international students. And the next best is Australia, but there is huge gap, if you look at the value for United Kingdom and the value for next best is the Australia is a 7.91. So there is a huge difference between United Kingdom, which is ranked second, and Australia, which is third rank. So these are the top 10 universities based on alumni employment. So here we are comparing the alumni employment value against actual rank of the university so that we can identify the influence of alumni employment on actual rank of the university, right? So if we look at the x-axis, that x-axis is alumni employment and y-axis is university name and the rank. So, so The Harvard University, we can look at the Harvard University again. So Harvard University is receiving the best value. It's the number one. It has the all unemployment rank number one, and the actual rank is also one. And for certain for the universities which got all employment rank more than uh, more than 20, that actual rank is above 50, right? So we can say that the universities which have the best ranks for alumni employment, so best means under 5, right? You're receiving best actual university ranks. Okay. And then I'm analyzing citation metric for top 100 universities. So here to analyze the citation metric, I create to analyze citation metric for a top 100 universities. I created 5 blocks for for top 100 universities. So I created top 20 universities as a one block, top 21 to 40 universities as another block, top 41 to 60 universities as another block, and so on. So I created 5 blocks basically, and trying to compare each block and trying to identify how competitive each block, how competitive universities in each block, right? So I'm taking the help of variance here, variance, so that we can identify the difference in standards between the universities in each block. So if we look at the top 20 university here, the variance is 7.11, which means the universities here are very competitive in terms of citation metric, right? And the top 41 to 60 universities having very high variance, so 111.24. So which means the universities in this block, right, are not so competitive basically. So there is a big difference between the standards in terms of citation metric for 45th ranked university and for 55th ranked university. And for 61 to 80 ranked universities block also is the same. I mean, variance is a little high, and the same for 81 to 100 ranked universities block. So analyzing the international students attributes, international student attribute for top 100 universities here. So the concept is same. I mean, I divided the top 100 universities into 5 blocks, right? And I try to compare the standards of each block, basically. So here, if you look at the sample variance here, the best variance is for top 41 to 60 universities block. So they have the best value 0.009. Oh no, I think another. This block has the best variance basically. It has 0.008, which means the international students, number of international students, right, in this top 61 to 80 universities are almost same. We can say almost same. So if you don't get admission for top 61 ranked university, you can still go for top 80th, 18th, 80th ranked university, because international students are almost same. So if you are very interested in international students metric, so you can look at this goal. And also, as part of this goal, I analyzed the number of students for top 100 universities, and I created a Pareto chart for this. So that will give very interesting insights for us. Okay, so the variance for top 20 universities is around 1 billion. So basically, the value, the huge value for this variance is that generally we have what is that? Oh, thousands of students, right, in every university, and this data is for around 6 years, and for almost 200 to 300 universities. So that is the reason why we are having this huge number for the sample variance, right? So here, if you look at this Pareto chart, right, so almost 80% of the students are joining in 58 colleges. So the parity chart will helps us to identify this trend basically. So we call it as a 80 is to 20, which means 80% of things will happen because of 20% of incidents. So after that, I analyzed the citation metric for top 100 universities. So if you look at this bar graph, right, this histogram, so most of the universities, you can say 80 out of 100 universities have citation score between 90 to 100. So which means the 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 best score you get a citation metric, the best university rank you will get. So the analytics tools that I use for this analysis. So mostly, and Excel is the only tool that I have used to perform this analysis. So I have used number of concepts in Excel. So those are range names, lookup functions, index function, match function, and the pivot tables, in slicers to describe the data. And the data models, filtering the data, and to remove the duplicates, array formulas and functions and text functions, date and time functions, etc. And I have used descriptive statistics feature in Excel to summarize the data. And I also use histograms and Pareto charts to describe that data more effectively. So in conclusion, Times Higher Education World Rankings and the Center for World University Rankings rank systems both give almost similar ranks to the universities, despite different methods to evaluate the standards. So the difference is hardly about 2 to 4 ranks. I think we can consider that as a very minimum. And attributes such as citations, international students, alumni employments, etc., are positively correlated to the final rank of the university. So so we can choose based on our need, basically, which the ranking system to follow is entirely depends on our requirement. If someone is looking for the more number of international student, right, they can look at the Times ranking system. If anybody having specific requirement about alumni employment, they can look at CWR ranking system. Both systems have citation metric as well. So this analysis can be helpful for the students and organizations, right? Let's say universities. If some students wants to identify the best rank university for their admission, so they can look at this analysis. And this analysis also will helpful for the organizations. Let's say universities, if they want to improve their rankings in specific uh, metric, right? They can look at this analysis, they can leverage this analysis. And the governments, let's say, if a particular country's government want to improve their education standards, right? They can see my analysis and identify which country is having the best education standards, and they can follow some of that best countries standards in their own country, so that they can improve their education standards, right? So that is all my analysis. So thank you, everyone. Bye bye.